The trail looks peaceful, birds are singing, sunlight glimmers through the trees. But one wrong step could change everything. Across North America, there are trails that lure adventurers with stunning beauty, yet hide life-threatening dangers. Knife-edge ridges, loose rock faces, scorching deserts, and storms that can strike in seconds. These are the 10 most dangerous hiking trails in North America. The question is, are you brave enough to face them?
Hit like and subscribe. This is Fierce.
Number 10. Angel's Landing, Zion National Park, Utah. Angel's Landing is breathtaking and deadly. Rising 1,500 feet above Zion Canyon, this narrow sandstone fin tests even experienced hikers. The trail's final stretch is infamous. The Spine, a razor-thin ridge where the only safety comes from steel chains bolted into the rock. Here, 1,000-foot drops yawn on both sides. One slip, and there's no second chance. At least 17 hikers have fallen to their deaths since records began. High winds can knock you off balance, and in wet weather, the sandstone becomes as slick as ice. The danger doesn't stop there. Summer temperatures often soar past 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and dehydration can creep up on those too focused on the climb. Despite the risk, the panoramic views of Zion Canyon at the summit draw thousands every year. Angel's Landing is a thrill-seeker's dream, but it demands total focus. On this trail, nature rewards the prepared and punishes the careless. Number 9. Half Dome, Yosemite National Park, California. Half Dome is an icon and a challenge that pushes hikers to the edge. The 16-mile round trip is grueling, but the true test is the final 400-foot ascent up the cables on the dome's sheer granite face. Here, there's no safety harness, only your hands, your shoes, and the will to climb. A single misstep can send you tumbling down smooth granite to the rocks below. Falls have claimed multiple lives, especially during wet conditions, when the slope becomes treacherous. Summer thunderstorms add another lethal element, lightning strikes. Hikers have been killed instantly on the exposed granite. Rangers warn, if clouds are gathering, do not attempt the cables. Yet the danger draws thousands each year. The 360-degree summit view of Yosemite Valley is legendary, a reward for those willing to face fear itself. Half Dome isn't just a hike, it's a battle between human courage and the raw power of nature. Number 8. Mount Washington, New Hampshire. It looks like an approachable mountain in the northeast, but Mount Washington is one of the deadliest in America. At only 6,288 feet, it doesn't seem intimidating. But this peak holds the world record for the fastest surface winds ever recorded, 231 miles per hour. Weather here changes in minutes. A sunny morning can turn into a whiteout blizzard by afternoon. Sudden storms, freezing fog, and hurricane-force gusts have caused over 150 recorded deaths from falls, hypothermia, and exposure. Rescuers say most fatalities come from hikers underestimating the mountain. Locals have a saying, "Respect Washington, or it will teach you the hard way." For those who prepare, the reward is a breathtaking panorama of the White Mountains. But here, beauty and danger walk hand in hand. Number 7. The Maze, Canyonlands National Park, Utah. Its name says it all. The Maze is a remote desert labyrinth where one wrong turn could mean life or death. Located in Canyonlands' most isolated district, this sandstone puzzle offers towering red walls, dead ends, and unmarked routes. There are no amenities, no water, no rangers, no cell signal. Hikers must navigate searing desert heat and survive with everything they can carry. Summer temperatures often reach 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and heat stroke or dehydration can kill within hours. The real danger is disorientation. From above, the maze looks like a natural fortress. Inside, every turn looks the same. Missing a critical turn could strand you miles from safety. This is not a trail for beginners. Even experienced hikers leave detailed itineraries and carry emergency beacons. As one ranger famously said, "If you get into trouble out here, rescue is measured in days, not hours." For those who survive it, the maze is otherworldly and unforgettable. For the unprepared, it's a deadly trap. Number 6. The Mist Trail, Yosemite National Park, California. beauty and danger collide on Yosemite's Mist Trail, a steep climb along Vernal and Nevada Falls. The cascading water creates a constant slippery mist, making the granite steps treacherous. Hikers who misstep can plunge into the raging Merced River below. The current is relentless, and multiple fatalities occur each year from slips and drownings. Even railings and barriers can't always save those who get too close. Summer brings huge crowds, and congestion on the wet steps only increases the risk. Despite its hazards, the Mist Trail remains a must-see for Yosemite visitors. It's a place where nature's beauty is also its warning. One slip and you could become part of the park's tragic history. Number 5. Mount Rainier, Washington. Mount Rainier rises like a sleeping giant over the Pacific Northwest, a 14,411-foot active volcano draped in glaciers and ice falls. Its beauty hides deadly hazards that make it one of the most dangerous hikes in North America. The challenge starts with the altitude and steep terrain, but the true danger is the unpredictable weather. Blizzards can strike in summer and temperatures can plummet to freezing even when the base of the mountain is warm. Whiteouts have disoriented experienced climbers, leading to fatal falls. Glaciers bring another layer of risk. Crevasses, deep, hidden cracks in the ice, can swallow hikers whole. Without ropes and experience in glacier travel, one misstep can be your last. Icefalls and avalanches have claimed countless lives, and rescuers often risk their own to recover stranded hikers. The Muir Snowfield and Disappointment Cleaver routes are particularly notorious. Rangers stress that this is not a casual day hike, yet every year, hikers underestimate the mountain and pay the price. Number 4. Kalalau Trail, Kauai, Hawaii. Hawaii's Kalalau Trail is as beautiful as it is brutal. Stretching 11 miles along Kauai's Na Pali coast, it carves across cliffside paths, muddy slopes, and river crossings, all while the Pacific Ocean crashes hundreds of feet below. The biggest danger? The narrow cliffside sections, where a slip on wet mud or loose rock can send you plummeting into the ocean. Rainfall turns the trail into a slick, red clay slide, and flash floods in the valleys can trap hikers for days. The Hanakapiai stream crossing is infamous. During heavy rain, the water rises fast, and hikers who misjudge the current have been swept out to sea. Tragically, multiple lives have been lost here. Rescue is challenging, the trail is remote, and in bad weather, helicopters can't always reach stranded hikers. Rangers repeatedly warn visitors, if in doubt, don't go out. Yet the payoff is otherworldly. Emerald cliffs, hidden waterfalls, and the isolated Kalalau beach. It's paradise, but it demands your respect. On this trail, nature always has the final say. Number 3. Longs Peak, Colorado. In Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park, Longs Peak stands tall at 14,259 feet, and it's a magnet for thrill seekers. But the Keyhole Route, its most famous trail, is also a gauntlet of deadly exposure. The climb involves sheer drop-offs, steep rock scrambles, and thin air that saps your strength. Above 13,000 feet, weather can turn on a dime. Afternoon thunderstorms bring lightning strikes, and high winds can sweep hikers off exposed ledges. Sections like the Narrows and Homestretch are particularly lethal. A slip here means a fall of hundreds, sometimes thousands, of feet. Every year, multiple fatalities occur, often from unprepared hikers misjudging their skill or starting too late in the day. Altitude sickness adds another hidden danger. At this elevation, headaches, dizziness, and nausea can slow your reaction time, increasing the chance of a fatal misstep. Despite the danger, the panoramic summit view of the Front Range continues to call adventurers. Longs Peak is a place where preparation, timing, and respect for the mountain are non-negotiable for survival. Number 2. The Skyline Trail, Jasper National Park, Canada. In the Canadian Rockies, the Skyline Trail offers breathtaking alpine views, but also hours of exposure to the elements. Nearly half the 27-mile trail sits above the tree line, meaning hikers are fully vulnerable to wind, rain, and lightning storms. The biggest risk is rapidly changing weather. Blue skies can turn into freezing storms in minutes. High winds whip across the exposed ridges, and in some areas, there's no immediate shelter for miles. Wildlife adds another layer of danger. Grizzly bears are common in Jasper, and hikers are strongly advised to carry bear spray and travel in groups. Encounters on the open ridges can be terrifying and sometimes deadly. Physical endurance is critical, but those who complete it describe it as otherworldly, a high alpine journey across the spine of the Rockies with vistas that seem to stretch into eternity. The Skyline Trail is as dangerous as it is unforgettable. Number 1. The Chilkoot Trail, Alaska and Canada. Once known as the meanest 33 miles in history during the Klondike Gold Rush, the Chilkoot Trail remains a test of endurance and survival. Spanning the Alaska-Canada border, it challenges hikers with steep climbs, frigid weather, and relentless terrain. Falls are a real risk, and the combination of heavy packs, wet conditions, and fatigue can lead to injury or worse. Weather is the greatest wild card. Snow and freezing rain can strike any month, and hypothermia is a constant threat. Fog often rolls in, reducing visibility to just a few feet, and black bears and grizzlies roam the lower valleys. The trail is also remote. Once committed, hikers are largely on their own, with rescues often delayed by weather or distance. This isolation mirrors the historic struggle of gold prospectors who risked and often lost their lives on this very route. Completing the Chilkoot is like stepping back into a brutal chapter of history. It's a reminder that nature doesn't care about human ambition, and that survival belongs only to the prepared. From scorching canyons to icy peaks, these trails remind us that nature is both breathtaking and merciless. Every year, new hikers set out for adventure, some never to return. Would you dare to take on any of these trails, or would you leave them to the legends who risk it all for a glimpse of the wild? This is fierce.